Hi, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a real pleasure to have you be here with us, and I'm really excited to go into this presentation with you. So we're going to be talking about our new business proposal, but also first of all we wanted to go into the political, legal, and economic environment of China first. So before I do that, I'd like to introduce ourselves. My name is Rose.
I'm Lily.
I'm Karen.
I'm Chenmin.
I'm Victor.
And I'm Zhang.
Alright, so moving on. So the political environment in China is definitely been through some highs and some lows. Right now, China is called the People's Republic of China, and it's mostly run by the Communist Party of China. So what this means is China defines itself right now as a socialist state that is under the People's Democratic Dictatorship, led by the working class and based on the alliance of workers and peasants. So there are a lot of different things going on, but most of this power is concentrated on the Communist Party of China. And this party has also been going through a lot of changes recently, especially with the announcement that Xi Jinping will be prolonging his presidency beyond 2 years. This is believed to be in retaliation to some of the moves that he has made politically, ousting of some political families and everything. So it definitely has shaken the political environment of China quite a bit. The full implications, however, of this move are yet to be unknown. Another thing is that every organization and business that desires to go through and do business in the People's Republic of China needs to first go through the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, and this is mandatory for all organizations who want to do business in China. So this way they can learn about all of the rules and regulations under the political party.
Another aspect of the political environment of China is its investment catalog. Every 2 years, the Chinese government releases an investment catalog which acts as sort of guidelines for foreign direct investment, in that it gives a negative list, which is a list of things that foreign investors should not do or should try to avoid to do. So in this investment catalog, it also talks about political barriers that foreign investors face, such as encountering monopolistic state-operated enterprises, which are protected by China's strict investment approval process. But along with those political barriers are also reforms. So China is trying to really cut back on the amount of administrative barriers there are to for foreign investment. For example, with every new edition of the investment catalog, there are less and less administrative barriers for foreign investors to go through. So what that means for American investors is that while there are obstacles such as discriminatory practices like selective regulatory enforcement, licensing barriers, unfair human rights practices, and little to no protection of intellectual property, there are a ton of opportunities as well. For example, China is the second largest economy in the world, which means there are a wealth of employees who are willing to work at a low wage, and there are also many potential partners who are willing to learn and evolve with the American investors.
Okay, so we'd like to pass it on to the legal analysis now.
So for legal environment in China, the legal environment plays an important role for investment environment, and it's also a necessary factor of attracting potential foreign investors. In this case, it has become an essential indicator for improving investment environment. First, let me talking about China's legal system. China is one of the most conservative countries on freedom, expression of views, and information related to governments. The example will be on 2010, Google dropped out of the Chinese markets due to some of the issues related to the governments. And then since reform and opening up of China, A series of foreign investment law was published during 1980s to build a legal system of foreign investments. The example will be the law of foreign-owned enterprise implementation regulations. And then China revised and released catalog which encouraged foreign participation in energy resources, transportation, raw materials, and modern technology development. The guidance catalog classifies foreign direct investments in various business activities as encouraged, restricted, prohibited, or promoted. And then Chenmin will talk more about legal system in China.
Okay, so although there are some risks for foreign investment, like they have to pay more the operation cost and face challenges from different culture and habits from Chinese people, or lack of favorable relationship with the Chinese government. But China's overall investment environment is still attractive. China is a big market. The reason why it is the second largest destination for global foreign direct investment are because they have relatively efficient public services, rapid economic growth, lower level cost, and well educational human resources. The China government promised to further liberalize foreigner investment in accordance with the requirements of WTO and continuously improve those weaknesses or risks. So I'm gonna pass to the economic system for Vic.
Okay. So, since 1978, China has declustered their previous economic model of agriculture and shifted into a faster pace, more industrial, exporting economic model. That's what they've gone into. So what happened to the agricultural sector? Millions of people have actually shifted from the rural lands and moved outwards into the cities. There they find higher paid jobs, and this shift has lifted over 700 million people in the last 30 years out of poverty. China now leads the world in exporting aluminum, steel, and textiles. And in recent years, China has slowly been shifting from their fossil burning emission into newer, greener technology so that they don't pollute the world as much. They actually lead the world in pollution 3 times the next person, which is the United States. So I'm going to pass it to my partner here.
So from our research, we found that China's economy has been economic stimulated. Since 2008, we actually found, but a research by the World Bank found that the GDP per capita has increased or doubled by 2 times since 2008 to 2018. In 2008, the GDP per capita was 25,000 yuan, and in 2018, the income actually doubled to 50,000 yuan. The discretionary income is about $15,000 yuan, and China has multiple tax brackets ranging from 3% to 45%, and we found that the average Chinese individuals actually being taxed at around 20,000 yuan. Although China has a lower purchasing power, we found that an average Chinese individual, lives 2.5 times cheaper than the average U.S. individual on rents, on food, groceries, transportation, utilities. And recent studies have actually showed that the U.S. and China have had increasing tensions because of the tariffs that Trump's administration has actually put in place. But the relationship between China and U.S. will continually grow, and also other foreign investors.
Okay, so now we want to go into our business plan.
So, China actually leads the world in solar and
Wind.
wind energy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we wanted to create a product that actually markets off of that. So introducing our product, the Volt. It's 100% electric car, zero emissions. We want to have a solar panel on the top of the car so that energy is constantly being replenished in the car.
You know, when we market to the Chinese market, we want to make our car, you know, in high demand. So our car is actually going to be the same price as a normal fossil fuel car. The next thing, there's going to be an advanced safety prevention system so that Chinese drivers can drive safely on the under high traffic conditions. You know, we have a lifetime warranty under the car, and we also have a noise cancellation system to cancel out a lot of noise pollution that goes through China. Next thing, you know, our car actually plugs into a normal outlet, so you have a lot of accessibility to just get your electricity or just fuel anywhere. Next thing, it's very low maintenance. You know, it doesn't break down. It's very reliable. You can always trust it. We have a all surround sound Bluetooth system, and we have assisted parking system for those tight parking situations, and you can parallel park in China anywhere.
Now, why would you pick our car over the competitors? Well, Tesla actually basically monopolizes the electric car industry in China. So what we wanted to do to break into the market was provide you a cheaper, more homelier alternative. So whenever you hit Tesla, naturally just high prices. So we get you a car that's around the same price as any normal regular car, but you're not damaging the environment for it. So it's pretty win-win.
And then, so for the target market, since China's recent years, the economy in China is increasing very fast. More people need car to commute. So basically, our target people will be all the commuters. And then, and also it's also for the young adults, because young adults, they like new things and they like trending things. They like to try our new cars out. And then for the competitors will be BYD, which is a Chinese company that sells affordable electric cars as well. And then we have three strategy for marketing plan, which are social media, commercial effects, and awareness by incentive. And I will pass to Libby to tell you more.
So for our social media aspect of our marketing plan, we plan on utilizing online advertising on platforms such as Youku, WeChat, and Weibo. These are three of the most popular websites in China currently, and they have traffic of upwards to millions of people every single day. So by getting our ads onto these platforms, we will be exposing our product to a wide variety of people. Our second social media strategy would be creating ads that contain simple, catchy phrases like "bolt in your volt." Like, who doesn't like a cute little catchy phrase like that? Am I right? And third of all, we're going to utilize our Chinese discount app called Redbook. So Redbook is an app that sort of specializes in discounts and things that are trending. And as Karen said, the young people of China are really into things that are in vogue, things that are trending right now. So if we get our product onto this app, we can get exposed to so many people.
And we'll make sure that the catchy phrases are in Chinese too.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
So for how we plan on marketing through commercials, Chinese people are very susceptible to very emotional, sadder commercials. They feel like these will hit your heart because they're just extremely emotional.
Yeah, they'll definitely pull at your heartstrings, right, Sean?
Yes, absolutely. So what we plan on doing with our commercial is we show what the future impact of really bad and high fossil fuel burning emissions will create. We have this dark world, it's super smoggy, there's fog everywhere, there's plants dying, there's animals animals dying. That's where we get them. The animals. And as we drive through this environment with our brand new car, it completely changes the landscape. Everything becomes green, everything is flourishing, life is replenished, and throw on some catchy music in there, it'll be good.
So for this aspect of our marketing plan, we plan to offer people an incentive to become interested in our product. So we are planning a raffle to raffle off 8 of our new Volt models. By doing this raffle, we really hope that this will be a really positive publicity stunt for us and that we get exposed to so many people due to this incentive. And I'm going to pass it on to Victor to explain.
So, with this incentive, we really want to promote the awareness of the Volt. And, with the raffle, people actually enter the raffle and they get a chance to actually win a Volt for the upcoming new Chinese New Year. And there will be 8 that's given away. 8 is a super lucky number in Chinese. And the people, they actually get to choose their license plate number, which is a big deal because license plate numbers actually go for a lot because a lot of them lean towards Feng Shui, and they get a free Volt. So through this, we create massive awareness.
I'd love to win one.
Me too.
Okay, so there still have few ways to stimulate consumption the product to occupy the larger market. First one, we provide a low down payment because our target consumer are the young adult or those people who take the bus to school or the workplace. So maybe they don't have that much money at first. So yeah, that's why we provide a low down payment for them. And the second reason, we provide no interest for up to 2 years, is same reason as the first one. We kind of like a potential discount, so that's where raise those consumers to more willing to buy our product. And the third one is if you buy our product earlier, within 6 months after we launch our product, you can get the 15% off. And for the first one, we give $500 gift for you, so you can use those money to decorate your car and add more function on your car. So the last one is we also provide the multiple loan payments because everyone have different needs. So they must definitely have one can fit your needs. So I'm gonna pass to Rose for the financial plan.
Okay, great. So as an investor, I'm sure you're very interested to hear exactly what we are planning to do. So we're going to be a publicly traded company, so everyone who's interested in the company can actually choose to invest in it. But one of the things is we hope to form partnerships with certain companies that will invest heavily in our products so that we can make sure to get different parts and everything for lower costs as well. Companies like Axiom, Samsung, General Electric, as well as Alibaba would be really prospective partners for investors. Axiom, for one, we would like to partner with them because they are an electric battery manufacturer, and as a result, we would definitely invest with them because we would have a lot of interactive business. And then with Samsung, they also supply electric car parts alongside General Electric. And most of all, we would like to partner with Alibaba because they are a multinational e-commerce company that offers C2C, B2B, and B2C services that will actually include machinery and automatic mobile parts as well. So all of these companies are very, very important for us to form relationships with, as are you. So in summary, I'd like to go through everything that we covered just now. We are proposing the Volt, and it's going to hit the markets of China. We are going to mostly be focusing on commuters in the Chinese community who are trying to get from one place to another and don't quite have a vehicle yet. And then we will be looking into a lot of investments, not only with the public, but also with large conglomerates such as Alibaba and Axiom. And then we will be focusing on a selling plan that allows for people to make low down payment and payment plans, as well as offer discounts, considering that most Chinese people would like to have an affordable car. And also, finally, we would like to promote our vehicle by using online advertising, commercials, as well as raffle incentives. So I'm sure that all of these things sounded very interesting to you as well. So I'd like to thank you for your time in listening to our pitch, and hopefully you might invest with us in the future. So thank you very much.
Very much.
Thank
you.
you.